Alright, this your boy T Duck, aka Quack Roof for the ladies' dream come true. How have you this fine evening? At least for me, I don't know what it's like where you at, but hopefully it's blessed in your favor. Okay, let's get to it because it allows me to bring an important topic up. But this is for you, FSK, my beautiful Ivy, my 1908 princess. There's a particular brother trying to assassinate my character, and I myself am a part of a brotherhood, a fraternity. I'm not in this particular fraternity, but you are familiar. I'm so pretty to my left. I'm so pretty to my right. I'm so damn pretty. I couldn't sleep at night. Ow, ow, ow. So, and if y'all unfamiliar, that is from my brothers from Kappa Alpha Psi. My older brother being one a Kappa. He's a noob. Does that make them gay? See, those who lack understanding will always make the mistake of assuming and making an ass of themselves, but not me. So FSK, I understand it's funny and jokes and stuff, but at the same time, I feel as though you should be able to relate, and maybe they'll listen to you rather than me. But this gives me a good way to talk about brotherhood and fraternities and sororities and things of that nature. Because we absolutely have been the foundation of building up the Black community to the state it has. But with that responsibility, we also have to partake in the destructive aspect of it. We got to carry the burden, whether it is really on us or not. We do not make excuses because those is tools of incompetence. They're to build mountains of nothingness. Those who use them seldomly succeed. Those who accept them are doomed to failure. Repeat these things, write these things down because you're getting a free lesson tonight. I don't have to assassinate their character. I allow their actions to show you who they are. I don't have to spend my life or time trying to prove to them I have the things I say I have. Walk the life I say I walk. My sexuality isn't in question until it comes to you, gentlemen. Witty will tell you without a shadow of a doubt that we were just in the chat joking. There is nothing wrong with a man feeling that he looks better than someone. There is nothing wrong with a woman feeling like she looks better than someone. There's nothing wrong with a child feeling that they look better than someone. It's self confidence. Sorry, you don't possess that. That's why I like the Ivies. Because just like the Kappas, even though their counterparts are the Alphas, both of them are stereotyped as good looking. Whether they're dark or light skinned, they are the most beautifulest individuals within the Black race. That's why the AKAs do the little pocket mirror thing. The Kappas do the pocket mirror thing. That doesn't make one gay or one butch. That's just what they identify. They are confident. They're not narcissistic. They are confident. And the beauty is in the inside as well as the outside. But as everyone knows, I'm a Freemason, and she said she was part of another organization. So I'm believing my sister's OES. I don't know if she's Prince Hall affiliate or whatever the case may be. But I mean, some things I feel as though are universal when it comes to an understanding. So when it was brought up that I had to room up with one of my frat brothers because they ran out of rooms because it was grand session. Yes, I could, if I didn't room up with him where Grand Session was in the exact hotel where it was in West Sacramento, I and plus all the other brothers coming from LA and Oregon and all that stuff. And then our visitors, we have visitors from Washington, D.C., Arizona, from England. Like, with that, I would have been like 30 to 45 minutes out. And these brothers know I procrastinate and I'm lazy. They wanted me there. They wanted me there because uh I'm pretty good with my comprehension and memory. And if the senior deacon had any type of complications, because we weren't the host lodge. The host lodge was Sacramento. But if there was going to be a step in on the senior deacon, which has a very important role within the ritual, I was going to step in. So they didn't want me that far out. So being a brother and showing true brotherly love, he said, you know what? Just go half with me. And, we'll get have them bring in the cot. And, you sleep there. And then I'll sleep on the cot and we'll rotate. And I was like, nah, it's not necessary, brother. You already doing enough for me. You keep the bed, I'll keep the cot. Because Grand Session is 7 whole days. So that was that. My wife is an Easter Star, so she didn't go to Grand Session. Plus, she has to work. So she had to stay in the city. She works for the city. But not everything everybody does is sexually induced. Like, people live beyond, like, everything. Y'all sexualize everything. And that's a tendency of somebody who is deprived of sex. Only they're deprived of partner partnering sex. They may do a lot of self gratification, but they're deprived in, the actual act of sex with a partner. Like, learn these behaviors. Learn these behaviors. So the whole thing is, we was rocking on Buddy Lee. It wasn't until Rich Bleezy, Rob Wack, and Factavius came up there and the show got real dark and gay. People were mad, frustrated. He was losing money. People didn't even want to donate to him because they was like, what's up with all this YAG stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are y'all making this show about homosexuality? Like, nobody was caring or concerned about that. And he had well over 400 people in the chat. And it was all shouted at. But Buddy Lee held true. If somebody wants to come up on the panel, he'll allow them up on the panel. Okay. Hold on. I'll take it back off me. So the whole point is, it is things like that that hold us back. Because, excuse me, it's the ignorance of those feeble minds that try to pollute the masses or turn us against those who are actually of benefit to the people around them. Because they want that. They want that feel of importance or need. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why I joined a fraternity. Because I wanted to be around people that want to help and build up communities. And not exclude people, but allow people to be them. Not basing it off of religion, not basing it off uh anything other than just the wanting the wanting or the yearning to do good. And that's what Freemasonry is all about. Being the right hand of the Most High. doing the works which He's prefers for us to do. But a lot of these jokers want that same reverence we have for the Most High for themselves. They actually feel like they're due this type of reverence. So that's why they seek to destroy people that they feel as though have more of an influence than them. Because at the end of the day, all they have is themselves. But see, you combat that type of feeling. And if you feel like you're in that situation, if you part of that group, I would say to you, research fraternities and sororities. They might be beneficial to you in some. Go ahead, grab it. It might be beneficial. I'll be right there in a second, baby. Um, it might be beneficial to you. It'll give you a greater understanding. It'll help you get out of your carnal, low vibration thinking of just sexuality. It's more to be an adult than just procreation or working on procreation or practicing procreation. Like the responsibility is bigger than that. And what I see is I see a lot of grown children, not really promoting what manhood or sisterhood or even womanhood is all about. And I understand people want to laugh and giggle and be entertained, but just be careful because you're gonna have to answer for it at some time or another. And if you're not prepared or you're not duly qualified, then things won't happen in your favor. God is for those. They say when two or more gather with gather in His name, He's in the presence of. Like you gotta really boggle down. Don't become a zealot. Think about the works. Think about what the Most High wants for us to do. He's not telling us to be fiendish lovers. He's not telling us to be devils. He told us once to be fruitful and multiply. But that's only within a certain time span. He also told us to be wise. Second Peter's first chapter, 1 through 8. It's the key to salvation. It's the key to who is truly a Israelite. And I'm telling you, you learn all this within the good book. But the most important thing that God did for us was charity. Because if it wasn't for His gracious or His charitable nature, we would not have air to breathe, water to drink. We wouldn't have the elements. We wouldn't have that. And He realized that a book wasn't enough because Israel was still disobedient with the book or the commandments or the scriptures. With the prophets, Israel still couldn't get it together. So He made a living example. And His son, Yeshua, Jesus, the way and the light. And that's who I have to answer to. That's who I adhere to. Make all the allegations you walk, but you can't walk the path of righteousness. Keep up doing your devilish deeds and promoting that you one of the chosen, but nothing more than a false prophet, which was prophesied that they will rise in this day and time. That's what you have, in fact, Tavius and Rob Wack. Brothers in whole leotards, but got the nerve to call the next man. You know, yeah, it doesn't add up. Look at the actions. Look at the walk. You know what I'm saying? Things could be misconstrued with words, but in my actions, show me where you see the homosexuality. And with that being said, whether you believe me to be or not, the truth lies in what I sleep with at night, and that's my wife. And I don't cheat. I flirt, but I don't cheat. So that's what I have to say on the matter. Hopefully y'all catch it on a replay. Like and subscribe. And just know, like, I really think it'll be beneficial for my people. I mean, you can't force anyone to join. When we talking about Freemasonry and the OES, things of that nature, you have to join on your own accord, meaning nobody can influence you to do it. You can't go up there and be like, oh, well, New Eric Kane told me I should join it for this and this and that. They're going to close the door in your face. It has to be on your own cognizance, your own free will, that you want to join it. So all I'm asking you to do is just research it. See how this brotherhood has basically been the fabric that has held Black people together and helped us advance as a people throughout our time within America. Like, let's be honest. It has bridged the gaps between religions. It has centralized an aspect of power to where y'all don't have to be on point, because that's we the vanguard. We are producing the talented Tims. We are producing the knuckleheads. We have to take accountability. And if we're going to entertain fools telling you they could define someone who they never spent 5 minutes in person with, that says a lot about you and your ability, regardless of what grade of what what degree of education you have, because you lack common sense. We have to stop giving them that energy, because we'll never get any fruit out of them. We'll still get those rotten apples. But if we leave them alone and nurture them, maybe, and then once they start to produce edible fruit, then we give them that time of day. That's what we should do. So, like I said, games gonna get played because they have no lives. It's been times, and I'm not saying everybody has a life, but if you feel as you don't have a life, you have the opportunity to be a part of a brotherhood. You don't have a life, you have the opportunity to be part of a sisterhood. They will fill that gap and void. Doing charity work around will fill that gap and void. Just don't be idle and sit there and try to see and spend your whole day trying to figure out or looking for opportunities to assassinate your brother or your sister character. I mean, that makes no sense. You wasting your time in life, because it's all on the Most High on what's going to happen. It is His will, not your desire, that's going to make whatever is to come be. Let me say that again. It is the Most High's will, not your desire, that determines which will come to be. That's why I don't fear them. That's why they could spew their hatred for me. That's why they could put a lifestyle on me that everybody around me, the people I live with, know I don't live, because they don't want to feel alone. They they're not comfortable to come out and tell you this is how they feel. They really embellish those tendencies. No, let's put it off on somebody else to see how the crowd responds to them. Like, you've been taking L's from me 3 days straight. Y'all tried twice to jump me. And then this time, y'all even added Rich Bleezy, and y'all tried to triple team me. And Rich Bleezy ended up eating you up because you showing some panty draws. But that's what I'm saying. God don't like ugly. And who I am can't be defined by YouTube. And when y'all learn that and stop saying my name, maybe y'all could grow. But if y'all think y'all gonna eat off me, y'all playing with the Most High. Vanessa, I appreciate you for coming. Did you know I was a Mason? But yeah, so don't be like these uneducated fools out here, not understanding and trying to manipulate the minds of normal people. Cause they, like I said, they nothing but poison fruit, and they shouldn't even have our attention until they are able to produce something of substance. Who goes around spreading another man's sexuality like it matters? Like it's a topic of conversation. What people supposed to stop talking to me if I had been homosexual? Do you think my mentality, how boisterous and upfront I am, I will have an issue with being gay? No, I will be the top. I would be head of the LGBTQ if that was my journey, if that was my calling. Shit, I'd be the gayest of the gay. It would be no more gayer than me. You would have to say this is everything gay would be determined off of me if I lived that path, but that's not me. Unfortunately, I have been bitten by the poom poom bug, and I've been addicted to it ever since I got it. But I'm not so much bent up on it because I had enough poom poom in my lifetime to where I understand that's not going to sustain a relationship. You have to implement more things. It's more about the substance of our time spent together, experiencing and growing together. I have three badass children running around this mud. You think I'm able to have, you know, every day just hammering the room humping? Who's gonna get my kids' attention? See, the reality is they're adults, but they don't have responsibilities as adults. They're still living at home with their mothers or their sisters. They're living in rooms. They're not responsible for bills. That's why they can take their whole SSI checks and give them to women online to make it seem like they balling or doing something in life. But it's just like everything is for shock value. Nothing is for sustainability. They don't even look at it. Damn, I may be in a pool house, but I'm still in some way, shape, or form invaded by people's living space. Let me not give all this money. Mari, keep your voice down. Let me not. He be raging over that Fortnite stuff, I swear. I'm about to take that motherfucking PS5 and throw it out the window. But they don't even have the common courtesy or decency to be like, look, instead of me giving all these women money and traveling all over the United States to fuck with these young women, because ain't no woman your age will deal with your nonsense or even take you serious. Let me stop dealing with these young women who have certain, uh, how can I say it? It's not even about the disabilities who are in certain conditions to where they need, they could benefit from, like a sugar daddy type of situation. I'm sorry to put it that way, but that's the only way I know how to convey it. So now we engaging, we're taking advantage of these women because of their conditions, but we could have used that money to get our own living situation. And then if we really want to help those women or really have relationships with the women, you could invite them women to your house instead of dealing with a woman who's still living with her mother, but you mad at us because we think she's underage, because a senior in high school can take college courses. You get upset because we want you to bring up her age or at least share with us her age, but it's okay for you to dox someone, whole family, and give out that information online. Like, make sense out of nonsense. That's right, Vanessa. Miss Whitty, what's up with you? And Miss Whitty right here, man. Miss Whitty, were we or were we not joking? Like, how, Miss Whitty knows my wife. They used to be in this thing called the Poom. Uh, I guess I could say it, the Pussy Posse. Like, it was her. Um, it wasn't on no freaky shit. We was on our Black Power shit. I don't know how that came up with the name came up like that. But it was her, Sci-Fi, Melanie, Miss Whitty, and all of them. What was her name? Truthfully honest, like motherfuckers know my sexuality, and I'm pretty sure if it was a gay bone in my body, my wife would have informed Whitty, and Whitty would have stood on that shit, or at least said something. I mean, shit, they used to communicate. Like that's the whole thing. But these new niggas, these off-brand, fresh out the cold ass niggas, what do we do? What do we do? Do we wait till they mature, or we keep giving them game? Cause they assassinate your character, and then 2 weeks later they trying to imitate your whole style and persona, using the lingo you use, all this shit. Like, damn, I'm trying to stop cussing so I can get monetized. But y'all know, and I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. I ain't got too much more to say. I seen the people I wanted to see, and I appreciate y'all. Much love, hanging there, and like if we really gonna do something, like I don't need to take. I donate. If somebody could start up a GoFundMe, I'll put $25, $50 in there to get Octavius some skin cream for his face eczema, and I really appreciate it. I got a motherfucking car going on. Make sure they in my shit. Yeah, but I'll be back through. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much I can say on the matter. I could go in more, and I will. I promise you. Vanessa, you like the apple of my eye now. And I don't know, do me baby type shit, but I really admire how you stand. Like, you don't wait for nobody. You don't need protection. Like, you are the protection. You feel me? And I love strong, sisters. So, much love to y'all. Stay dangerous, because safe's get cracked. And we're going to do it for real. And maybe more next time I get more into my fraternity and everything. But FSK, if you really are Ivy, man, you shouldn't be falling for that nonsense. And if you OES, you already know better. All right, y'all, I'm out.